Well, hi, and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. Today is Friday, September 8th of 2017, close of the week. I'm Pete Connor, your host, and we're going to have another informative couple of segments for you today. First up, we will have Laurie Running, who is going to be talking about the Festival of the Trees, which is a fundraising event for the Advocates For Developmental Disabilities, or otherwise known as AD. And we'll talk a little bit more about AD, as well as, of course, the festival. And then Anne Peterson from the Orphanage Museum will be stopping by to talk about an event that's upcoming there at the museum on the West Hills campus on the 16th of September. So stay tuned to watch all of that. We're going to take a bit of time to highlight our valued sponsors and want to start with our premier sponsors, the City of Owatonna and Owatonna Public Utilities. Our primary sponsors, Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Fairway Foods, Little Theater of Owatonna and the Owatonna Foundation, and our interlude sponsors, Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, Cedar Valley Services, Carlston Branstad and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care, the Owatonna Business Development Center, Steele County Historical Society, Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Video Productions, Triam Graphics, and TPS Insurance. We hope you support these wonderful sponsors of Owatonna Today, because it is because of them that we are able to bring great programming to you. If you have anybody that you think would be a good sponsor, why don't you let us know? Give Leanne a call at 390-5751 and let her know who you think might be a good sponsor. And now we'll take just a bit of time to highlight those some of those sponsors, and then we'll be right back with Laurie. So please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, and welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and a great Owatonna Today welcome to Laurie Running.
Hi, Pete.
Hi, nice to have you.
Yeah,
this is our first time to be together
it
on
is.
the show, and well, of course you've been here before. I'm the newbie.
You're the newbie.
Yeah, right.
I'll ask you questions.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, no, you don't want to do that.
No.
Well, Laurie, for a long time, you've been the director, the coordinator, whatever is your title. I don't know. We didn't get to that. What is your title?
Well, I guess I'm all of the things you just
those
said. I
things,
am
yeah.
the director of,
Okay.
yes, Advocates for Developmental Disabilities.
And for how long?
Oh boy, it's been 28 years now.
Wouldn't you know?
Wouldn't you know? It's right. I know, as I keep saying the last few years, okay, she still is here, but I am. I love it. And yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. What brought you to this? Maybe even you're the creator of the organization.
Well, I'm not. I think people do think that, though, but it was already in existence. And when my husband Brad and I moved here, our oldest daughter Natalie, who is now 32, which I can't believe, but anyways, she has severe disabilities. Yeah. She's mentally and physically challenged, and they were looking for a very part-time director at that time. Yeah. So, and I was like, no, and no. I didn't want the position, but I did take it, and so here I am 28 years later.
The part-time.
Yeah, the part-time, right. Yeah. It's moved up a little bit, but you know, with it being a nonprofit, sure. It's part-time and volunteer, which is awesome. Yeah. And it's been great for me personally, obviously, and for the community as well. Yeah.
When you talk about disabilities, and you mentioned with your own personal, with your Natalie being physically and mentally disabled, it sounds like that it kind of covers the waterfront, or can cover the waterfront.
Sure, and it does. Right, we've always kind of tried to cover the Governor's Planning Council on Developmental Disabilities, which that's exactly what it does mean. It can be someone that is mentally challenged, physically challenged, or that combination of both. So, you know, sometimes people say, oh, is that cerebral palsy? And yes, it is. Or even is it ADD, which is attention deficit disorder, or the hyperactivity part. And yes, it's that as well. So it does, as you said, it covers the gamut. And we also serve anyone from birth all the way on up. And I think sometimes people do think we just help children out and or their families as far as with our programs, but no, it's for adults also.
So you're a resource, you know, you're an educational resource, as well as being a technical resource maybe for families, you know, that have children who are, or family members who have a disability. But educationally, you're also giving information to people who perhaps have no knowledge of, you know, how do I do? What do I do with it? You know, if I'm a teacher, how do?
Right. As far as that, we can give out resources, you know, or send them to the right, hopefully, resource or service that they need if we don't have the service or program to offer.
Sure. It would seem to me, in my days of teaching, you know, sometimes children with disabilities are viewed very differently, and sometimes they're not shown an awful lot of goodness, let's put it that way, by other children, and maybe even then by adults. But there's maybe a sense of, I don't want to get too close to, you know.
To that person?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that really has changed throughout the years, which is a great thing. And hopefully our agency has helped maybe a little bit with that throughout the years, because of one of our programs, the Cool Kids on the Block, which are our 5 puppets. And you'll meet them in November, hopefully. We'll bring the puppets, or at least some of them. And it's a disability awareness program, and it's also a bullying prevention program. We have 2 different programs, but we go into the schools. And so, you know, we help the kids to understand that we're really all more alike than different, and that it's good to be different. You know, it'd be very boring if we were all the same. And so, you know, kids have been growing up with differences, not just differences with disabilities, but all types of differences. So for you and I, it's a little bit harder to understand sometimes. But for kids, you know, they're getting it. And so we're just trying to help them to understand sometime maybe some of those harder differences and how to maybe try to still be friends with that person.
We talked before airtime that sometimes with children with disabilities that are in a classroom setting, they also become teachers. They come to learn, but they also, by their presence, teachers.
That is exactly right. That's exactly right. I feel like that, even with our daughter Natalie, how she really was the teacher to our other 2 kids. That's right. Sometimes those kids can teach a lot more to the other kids than what we really understand.
So the sensitivity, you know, that really, and we all have it, I think, you know, a level of sensitivity, you know, that, you know, it's okay. I mean, we are, again, as you said, we're all different in some ways. We all are.
We all are different. That's exactly right. And as we say, how boring would it be if we're all the same? Right.
Well, you've got the big event coming up.
We
the Festival of the Trees. Tell us about that.
Yep, we do. So it is our 27th Festival of Trees. And actually, I'm here today because I am hoping that people are going to help support us. Again, we have our trees for sale, and those are our artificial, fully decorated trees.
Christmas trees.
Yep, Christmas trees, yep. And they are anywhere from a 4-foot pencil tree up to a 7.5-foot pine tree. So we have those nice skinny ones, you know, sometimes people, I know I'm doing this, but the pencil trees are the nice skinny ones. They're still, when I say skinny, they are, but they're still decorated, you know, fully and everything. But you can, you know, sometimes get those into a corner or something, so a little bit easier to fit them in somewhere. So we have those. We also have our corporate sponsors, which we love to have because that's a little bit more money coming in for us.
So those trees that a corporate sponsor might, well, a corporation might buy, you might see in the lobby.
Right. Oh, yes, exactly. In the lobby, right. We'll be at the Holiday Inn again, exactly. Or if an individual, and again, all of these are for sale to anybody, and people sometimes still don't understand that after even all these years. It's not just to businesses. An individual could purchase, a tree, or be a corporate sponsor, an individual, a business, an organization. Anybody can help support us.
Okay.
And if they decide, gee, we really want to help this agency out, but we just can't afford that tree, or we can't be a corporate sponsor, that's way too much. Monetary donations, any type of monetary donation is very, very helpful.
Okay. How many trees will there be?
Well, I don't know, because it depends on how many support us. Good question, Pete. Well, okay, we're last year we had, I believe, 54, and we're really hoping for more than that this year. But at least we always have over 50, so I'll tell you that much.
If someone wants then to have a tree, and many people, most people, let's say, want to have a tree for Christmas, for the holidays, they don't have to worry about getting one and trimming it.
They sure don't.
They just come over to the ADD festival.
Well, and they have to let us know ahead of time.
Yeah.
So, and I know some are maybe listening going, but we always buy, we haven't even gotten our letter yet. Yeah. So we send out letters too. Letters will be going out the 1st of next week. So they will be getting a letter. But if they are interested also, they can certainly call our agency.
Sure.
Or email us to let us know, gee, we want more information, please send out that tree sponsor letter.
Okay.
And also, we try to also suggest to people, sometimes a group will say, you know what, we really want to help you out. A group of us maybe would like to go together and purchase a tree and then donate it back. Donate it back to the agency, and then we find a family that will not have a tree.
Cool.
Which is awesome. You could do something in honor of someone, in memory of someone. There are so many creative ways to do something with your tree as well.
Who decorates the tree?
Oh boy, we find all kinds of creative people. You know what? It could be you, Pete. It could be,
You said creative.
Just any creative mind, and that's another good thing I'm glad you quickly mentioned, is that also our decorator letters will be going out, but if you're interested in decorating, you can also call me and I will send out a decorator letter.
Sweet.
Yes.
Well, boy, lots of stuff. Who would think? And, we didn't hardly get to talk about, the scope of your organization, and you do work with other people in other counties, and you're a resource and kind of a singular thing here in southern Minnesota, so that's wonderful.
Yeah, well, thank you. And, it's fun just getting to talk to you, and maybe sometime I'll just come back and get to share about all of the great programs and services we have.
I'd love to have you here to do that.
Yeah.
We will. Yeah,
okay.
Good. Well, as it is, we're going to have to take some time now to pause that, and best wishes.
Thank
I hope
you.
that all comes up together the way you want it to.
Thank you.
And we're going to say thanks to you for staying with us, and we're going to now take some time for sponsor messages, and then we'll be right back with Anne Peterson, so please don't go away.
Hi, Eric here from Owatonna Senior Place. Participate in one of the many active fitness classes we have, or hop on the bus for one of our great day trips. We have a variety of programs and activities happening throughout the week. Our goal at Senior Place is to create positive moments for you at a reasonable and affordable price. Don't forget the Senior Place Partnership Program, with over 40 businesses giving discounts and incentives to you for being a Senior Place member. Contact us for more details. Live full, live well, live long.
I'm Dan Branstad of Carlson Branstad & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and the Village of Yesteryear. Check out our website for current exhibits and our monthly programs.
Hello, my name is Katie Marshall. A year ago, my family and I became homeless. We were scared and alone. Today, with the help of Steele County Transitional Housing and generous donors like you, my family and I are safely housed. I am working, going to college, paying my rent on time. My children have a warm bed to sleep in every night. My family and I are so grateful for this second chance. Please help others in need by donating to transitional housing today. Everyone deserves a safe place to live.
Well, welcome back to Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and hello and welcome to Owatonna Today to Anne Peterson.
Thank you.
Glad
to be here.
The Orphanage Museum, and big doings coming up quickly.
It
30
is.
days from now about the fall celebration, and we're going to talk about that.
Yes.
Before we get there, generally, we're fall of the year starting now, and so generally, how has the summer been for the museum?
It has been wonderful. We were contemplating whether to be closed on Labor Day weekend because, and it must have been a record-setting weekend. There were so many people
Really?
that came to visit both on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. So, and it's amazing when you're over at over in Parks and Rec or over in the city administration building, when you start reading where the people have come from. Sure. People from foreign countries stop by and are from all states across the nation. And then sometimes it's family members of former state schoolers that come here. It's a draw for a lot of different interests and different people. A grandfather and granddaughter stopped by on Thursday. They were going to go to Walnut Grove to do the Laura Ingalls Wilder, but she wanted to see us first, so they stopped by.
So you are known. I mean, the Orphanage Museum is known. It's out there, and and it's of course now with internet and Google.
Right.
People are interested in the history of local areas. That's probably one of the big reasons why people will stop in.
Absolutely. We, between Google and TripAdvisor, the Explore Minnesota, Visit Owatonna, we get a lot of promotion for people that are, looking for something to do in our area. So, the internet has been a wonderful means of drawing people, but word of mouth is also one of our best reasons. I'll have a group tour, and then maybe a couple weeks later, somebody will bring their family and said, "Oh, you have to see it." So it's. It's always busy.
Yeah. By way of count, and I'm press you for that, give or take, thousands of people, several hundreds of people?
Maybe close to, I'm thinking thousands, because there's ones that they don't write down, or we see how many people come to Cottage 11, we keep that tally, but some people come in the morning and they don't really get counted, they don't sign in.
Sure. And presentations yet are a part of for group tours.
Group tours, yep. We have, so I'll even bring Harvey up sometimes if he's in the mood, if it's a smaller group, and he does really well with answering questions of people, and he is so appreciative. He says, it's my legacy, and so he just is always thanking them for coming. And I don't let them know he's coming, so it's always kind of a nice surprise.
Cottage 11 is it pretty well where you want it in terms of facility?
I think so. Yes. Yeah. It's we're all staffed with volunteers now. We've picked up some new people, and it is what it is. As far as it's hard to imagine 30 to 35 boys living in that building. Yeah. But I like to say that when my group tours come in, if there are 30 people, I say, can you imagine living together, be always together, going here and there? And, but no, it's good, and the city takes really good care of the grounds. It's very impressive when the bus tours, when they pull up and they go, oh my.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, just to think of what would have happened if those people back in 1970 did not decide to keep the facility, and let it go and raise it. And,
be some houses up here, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. The garden is now the Maxine Ronglin Garden.
It is in the process. Yes, it is. Maxine loved gardening. I don't know how she had as much time as she did to do everything that she did do. But gardening was one of her passions, and the family had asked that there would be some memorial just to her. So we've got that very large space.
Nice. Yeah, it's great.
So we'll be doing some excavation, I think, hopefully this fall, to get ready for some designs that we're looking at to make it low maintenance but beautiful, and because Maxine, everything was just
it was, and
tip top.
You mentioned Harvey, and Max was stood right alongside Harvey, sometimes in front of Harvey to get things going.
I would say he's the poster child, but
Yeah,
she was
yeah,
the
she
person
was.
doing
Yeah,
all,
she was, yeah.
doing the work.
Yeah, exactly.
I sit in that office sometimes, and how did all of this happen? It's very, from nothing that it all came together like that.
And boy, what would have happened? I mean, I already know that there were dumpsters of things that had just been tossed away. When you think about keeping relics of the place, that how much better it could have been had we. But we don't think always far enough in advance. Yeah.
Luckily, the state has as much as they did keep. I know they auctioned things off too, but it's sort of has come back home, some of it. But for some of my children, who my 70, 80, 90-year-old children, they they like to come back because it's their home. And they can show their children, this is where I grew up. It's like their grandma's house.
There was a guy from Cokato, and his nickname was Eager. He was on the council. We became friends. I was in the office here. And he came, and he put his number on my blackboard in my office at the time, and he told me that he was here, and also was his mother, was the word of the state. Yeah. So, you talk about poignancy.
Very. There's lots of poignant stories.
A lot of poignant stories. We got to talk about the
event,
fifth
the
annual
fall celebration.
I'm going to put this up so Leanne can get a shot of it.
So it is coming up quickly. This will be the second year that we've done an event in the afternoon. We had our lighting ceremony in the evening, but that got a little chilly and dark, so we're trying this. It's a family event. The public is invited for a minimal charge. They can the money is used to support our Legacy Trust. We are a nonprofit run solely on donations, and so adults are $5 and students are $3. Kids under 5 are free. There'll be a lot of family activities. The new one this year is a scavenger hunt. So are there going to be things to find out about the museum and the state school from the different audio stations, and we'll have a drawing for a prize. And then there's a mush eating competition. This will be the second year that we've done that, and some pretty fierce competition once you get into it.
Bet.
And we have a prize for that as well. Last year we gave a person a brick. The winner happened to be my daughter. No, she engraved my parents' names on the brick for memorial brick down at down by the old school. It wasn't it was an engraved brick. But this year the Holiday Inn of Owatonna has donated 2 individual gift certificates as a prize. So with some wristband, a overnight suite stay, and 7 wristbands for swimming. So that will be nice prizes.
For sure.
A staycation here in town.
Yeah, good. Is the festival going to be in and out?
We'll have the Cottage 11 will be open. We'll probably be showing the movie, the 1930 movie in the performance hall at the Art Center. We have a lot of activities also on the grounds. There'll be carriage rides. Last year we had only 1 horse-drawn carriage. This year we're going to do 2 because it kind of got backed up. There were enough people that wanted to do it. We'll have a little different route this year, and there'll be people representing historical characters will be on each of the wagons telling different things about the campus, what used to be here, and how things used to be run.
Sure. Will the root cellar be open?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, the root cellar will be open.
Yeah. Is there stuff in there yet? I mean,
No.
not food for it, but I know the city used to keep, I think, trees in there.
But the trees aren't in there anymore. But it's actually, when we open it up, there are vinyl sheets that make it look like there's apples and oranges and carrots in there, so people can kind of get the idea of what it was like. And you walk right in there, and the temperature goes down. So it would be an opportunity for root cellar fans to come on out.
Cool. In the cemetery as well? Will there be somebody there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So it's a big area, and we're going to have musicians. I want to forget that. Yep. Curtis and Loretta are coming down. They're a really well-known folk singing duo. They've been together for 40 years, and they will be performing 2 sets, and they are a really fun group. They do some poignant songs. Speaking of poignancy, they have a song on Peter Razor, who will be here signing his book. That's his plan. And Harvey Ronglin will also. There's a song about Harvey, and Harvey will be here signing books too.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, and 50-50 raffle.
Oh, the 50-50 raffle drawing. Last year, our winner walked away with almost $2,000.
Cool.
So tickets will be on sale that day. They're also on sale from board members, or at Cottage 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Sweet.
that would be a good day to buy them.
Well, it's going to be a full afternoon, 2 to 5 on the 16th, right here on the campus. So for all who
come on
want
down.
to be here. Don't be square, be there, don't be square.
And we have kind of a backup plan for, we can move inside the Arts Center and Cottage 11 if the weather is inclement, but we're hoping it's not.
Good. Yes, always.
Yes.
So, well, good to have you here to talk about this, and thanks for your good work with the museum and all related.
It is my pleasure to have that position.
See you again soon.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for being with us today. We hope you enjoyed our segments, and we're now going to take a little bit of time from our sponsors, so don't change your station.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Well, some time for some community announcements. The Steele County Historical Society announces its newest edition of History Uncorked, the Blair Murder Case. Will be held on Thursday, September 14th at 7 p.m. at the Steele County History Center. Join us as attorneys argue the case using evidence from 1884. The audience will deliberate and decide the case before learning the true fate of the accused. Tickets are $10 for members, $15 for non-members, and includes one beverage of your choice. Additional wine, beer, and soda are available for purchase. Tickets are available for purchase at the History Center or online at www.eventbrite.com. On Saturday, September 16th of 2017, the fifth annual fundraiser event for the Children Remembered Orphanage Legacy Trust will be held on the State School Orphanage grounds at 540 West Hill Circle, Owatonna, from 2 to 5 p.m. Musical entertainment by folk musicians Curtis and Loretta, horse-drawn wagon rides around the grounds, hosted by historical characters. Mush eating competition, including local celebrities, a prize for the winner. Children's games, a scavenger hunt on the grounds, a prize for the winner. Admittance to the event is $5 for adults, $3 for students, and is free to children under 5. Tickets or donations to the Legacy Trust are also tax deductible. The 2017 Owatonna Walk to End Alzheimer's on Sunday, September 17th at Mineral Springs Park, 9 a.m. registration, 10 a.m. opening ceremony. Sponsors by Go for Sport, Brookdale, and Edward D. Jones, as well as other organizations that for the Walk to End Alzheimer's. And I think we're going to just hold it up at that for now and say thanks for being with us. Come back on Monday when we will be having another great lineup of guests. We please want to tell you have a good weekend and see you back here on Monday.